I was seeking, I don't know what I was seeking, but I was looking for something. I was looking for some answers to try to figure out the world and my place in it. I enlisted at 17 and very quickly found myself in Panama as an intelligence specialist working what was becoming the war on drugs. I transitioned right from the Army into the Secret Service, LAPD, onto the FBI. I went back in the reserves by way of the National Guard. I ended up in Kosovo, Serbia, and was assigned to a Ukrainian base camp in the middle of a Slavic area, Serbian enclave. It was overwhelming at times. The mass rapes and the killings. I stayed there 2 years and was scared every day. Between the guys that had since come on post 9/11, I knew the suicides were out of control.
While serving, I was exposed to pretty much anything you can try to imagine from a war zone.
There were moments where it took me to places where I didn't want to go.
The Camp Ashraf massacre, we had to witness them pretty much all die in front of us, and we couldn't do anything about it.
We got hit with a suicide bomber in Kunar province. That day I lost a lot of good friends.
You're not the same person.
Covered in blood, and I kept slipping, and every little detail I can remember to this day.
I had nightmares about me being cursed for what had happened in Iraq.
Nightmares of rage and violence.
When I came back, I couldn't tell my nightmares from reality.
Who can come back and try to live their lives like nothing happened?
I became a very heavy drinker, and that was the only way that I knew how to cope.
I couldn't get out of the war when I was here.
Remorse.
Is, you lose a piece of your soul out there.
I had to find a way to stop, make it stop.
It was really starting to get dark in my life. It was like a tornado. There was a .45 pistol at the head of my bed. I could always visualize my hand reaching into that drawer. And I thought about suicide every day for 13 years. But I found TM. I just feel like I can finish the rest of the day. It's cleansing, it's soothing. Answers just come to me. I solve problems. They get solved by themselves. Something happened 2 weeks after I started meditating. The idea of killing myself was gone. And it was replaced with this idea of trying to build something. Everything made sense, and very quickly I knew that what I needed to do was try to help get this in front of other returning veterans that really were kind of moving down the road I was, but at a much greater acceleration. PTS, it's an injury, it's post-traumatic stress. You're talking about what we call trigger pullers, guys that were heavily involved in close quarter combat. These are the guys that show up in the storm. These are the guys that go out in the middle of the night and answer the call to duty. That's who these folks are. When you know the pain that these guys are in, you're compelled to stick your hand out. How do we put you in a place where what you're doing is the next right thing for you, your family, your community? This is my idea. Meditation, education, motivation. You have to craft something that ends up being the best week of their life. TM is the secret sauce. Twice a day for 20 minutes, they can sit down and they can choose to participate in their own self-care and recovery. That's Warrior Village, and that's where the magic shows up. The best trainers, the best support staff. These are rituals that warriors need to go through. Typically they're unified and they go out and face trauma. Now they're unified in a healing environment. It's really a beautiful thing to see. The hope is that they can repair damage that's been done and regain that sense of belonging with their friends and their family. We changed some guys' lives the past week. They'll never be the same.
I feel freed. I feel that I can accomplish anything.
They gave me life again.
It made me realize that people care.
I love what it's done to me.
It has helped me to realize that the person that I was is not who I really want to be.
It was just like, you know, taking a deep breath.
The other guys, the other soldiers, they were a godsend.
And we became like brothers.
I just feel like, what's next? I'm ready for it.
It is the greatest gift that I've had ever.
At the end of the day, what we will do with this project is we will change the way we prepare warriors in this country, and the TM will be part of that. And maybe it changes the effects on the battlefield, and maybe it reduces trauma, and maybe it changes decision-making along the way so that the work on the back end isn't as difficult and we're not left with a social crisis. They're the guys that get involved with their communities. They are the coaches, they are the teachers, they are the police officers, they are the firefighters. And when they're walking around and they're just present and they're there to be part of the solution, that's how you transform a society.